Lucky, Elizabeth's got this whole holier-than-thou thing down to a science, but you know what? Sweet little kitty's got claws. Trust me, Lucky, I've seen them. In fact, there are sides to your precious fiancé that you don't even know exist.
You'd be surprised. I've already been married to her twice. Elizabeth and I have seen the best and the worst of each other. We'll be fine.
You know what's sad? Is that you really believe that.
Why shouldn't I, Rebecca?
Okay, look, you just don't see it. For example, you have no idea how panicked Elizabeth would be if she knew that we were talking right now.
Panicked?
Yeah, she's terrified of what I might tell you.
Okay, why don't you just stop beating around the bush and just say whatever it is you're dying to say?
You know what? You're right. There's no reason not to, and I'm gonna start with an apology, Lucky, because this is gonna hurt you on more than one level. Elizabeth.
Lucky! Hi, honey. I'm so glad I found you.
What are you doing here? What's going on?
Well, did you forget? We're supposed to go tree shopping.
Tree shopping?
Yeah.
You tracked me down so we could go tree shopping. Rebecca was just telling me that you would be upset if you saw us here, and you obviously are.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Elizabeth, yeah, I can feel it. Can you please just be honest with me? Tell me what's going on?
Go ahead, Elizabeth. Clue Lucky in.
Why would I be upset about seeing you with Rebecca?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I'm not. Come on, you know I've been under a lot of pressure at work lately. And I just realized that Christmas is a week away, and I've gotta get a Christmas tree, gotta get one for Graham, I wanna get a little one for my brother. There's just a lot to do and not a lot of time.
No, that's interesting. I mean, the very night that I'm spending time with Lucky, you decide that Christmas is gonna collapse if you don't buy trees in all shapes and sizes immediately. But I'm thinking that you just don't want me anywhere near Lucky.
Why don't you shut the hell up? I'm not even talking to you.
Oh, hey, Elizabeth. Listen, if you're feeling uneasy about Rebecca and I being here, I was just telling her how much I love you and that I can't wait to marry you again.
Yeah. Like, he's very loyal to you, Elizabeth, to a fault, if you ask me, since you've done nothing to deserve it.
Okay, why don't we just end this right now, shall we?
Love it. Do you want to go first? Or shall I?
Rebecca is clearly angry because I hurt her. And now she wants to hurt me by having an affair with you.
Well, I'm not available.
Exactly, and the sooner you realize that, the better it will be for the rest of us.
Certainly for you.
We've all done things before out of hurt, and we've regretted them. But what happened is between us, and it needs to stay that way. Anything else is just not fair to anyone.
Oh, so question. What, in your esteemed opinion, would be fair to Lucky?
You know what? This has got to stop, okay? This is ridiculous. We all have one thing in common here, and that's Emily. And she wouldn't want us to be like this with each other. Rebecca, Nikolas was the love of Emily's life, okay? And Elizabeth and I were her best friends. And you came into our lives with her face, and it brought up a lot of stuff. And you're her sister, but you didn't know her, and we did. So maybe all of this would make a little more sense if you just had some understanding of what you walked into.
Please spare me. Lucky, I know all about it. The Four Musketeers. I mean, Emily's schoolgirl crush on Nikolas that turned into the love story for the ages. The magic of Elizabeth and Lucky.
You know nothing. You want to know how all the magic got started? I was raped. I was 15. It was the night of Valentine's Day. I was already falling in love with Lucky, but he was all about my sister Sarah, who was all about Nikolas at the time. There was a dance at school, and Lucky wanted to take Sarah, but she was already going with Nikolas, so he had to settle for me.
It wasn't like that.
Oh, it's okay, it was, but it doesn't matter now. Anyway, Nikolas backed out at the last moment, and so Lucky broke his date with me and took Sarah. Believe me, I asked myself all the time why I couldn't just let it end there. And I guess it was because I just didn't want to disappoint my Gram. She bought me this amazing red dress with these matching shoes. She even let me wear the bracelet my grandfather gave her. She was so excited for me. So I told her I was meeting Lucky and I left. I went to the movies. To this day, I can't remember what I saw. And after, I went for a walk in the park and I sat on the bench just to pass the time. It was cold, and there was snow everywhere. I remember exactly what happened right before. Being struck by the stillness of everything, which confuses me why I couldn't hear him coming. And then all of a sudden, there he was. He grabbed me. I went flying back. And he raped me.
Elizabeth, you don't need to do this.
You found me crawling out of the bushes, desperately searching for my grandmother's bracelet.
Elizabeth, are you okay?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Your dress was ripped. Your arms were bruised. Your face was bleeding.
You took care of me that night, and you never stopped. Before that night, I was a rebellious teenager. And then after the rape, something went cold and dead inside of me. I wasn't a girl anymore. But I wasn't a woman either. I learned something about human nature. Something that could have damaged my view of the world for the rest of my life. But you showed me the other side. You showed me the loving and nurturing side. You healed me.
I just wanted to help you. Elizabeth never saw her attacker, so there didn't seem to be any hope of bringing him to justice. But he said something to her.
Not a word.
That was part of what brought him down in the end.
Well, that and arrogance.
Nikolas and Emily helped us send him to prison, where he's been ever since.
Sounds like a horrible ordeal.
It was. But you got me through it.
Next Valentine's Day was totally different.
Our official new beginning. Out of my heart. That's a permanent lock. Softly. Everything I am is in love with you. My soul, my mind, my body, my spirit. That will never change. I pledge myself to you, Elizabeth, today, forever.
I had planned on saving it as a surprise, but since we're on the subject, I was thinking that when we actually set a date, I'd like to have the ceremony in that same little church.
I would love that.
That Valentine's night shifted things for you too, Nikolas.
If I remember correctly, Emily's crush was pretty intense at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. I
remember she was, there was something different about her that night. I was more taken back by her than I really wanted to admit. And that's when you called us and said you were stranded at that church.
Stranded.
It was a nasty blizzard. I didn't think any farther ahead than making vows with Elizabeth.
We had to come out and rescue you. I remember what a long drive it was, and there wasn't really anything to do but talk.
And the cavalry came, took us back into town. We spent the rest of the night at Emily's hotel room.
We camped out in 5-star luxury. Remember all that room service we ordered?
Yeah.
We just waited out the storm.
I really wished I would have known that the sun wasn't going to shine on that world for very long, you know? Maybe I would have cherished it a little more.
Even though Emily's gone, at least we still have each other.
Of course. I'm playing holidays by ear. I'm probably going to end up at Elizabeth and Lucky's. So, you work things out with Jax?
Yeah, we're trying.
Hey, listen, Rebecca, you don't have to run off.
Yeah, I absolutely do.
We didn't go into all that to hurt you.
Oh, actually, Lucky, I'm glad that you did. Your stroll down memory lane gave me exactly the information I need to make an important decision.
You don't think